G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome back for part 14 of the Path of Exile Survival guide. You guys have been waiting for it, and here it is, the Dominus fight. Now, we did have a bit of a recording failure, and I've lost some stuff, and so a few things have changed, but I'll just go over them quickly. You guys didn't miss too much. I just traversed the last few levels to get to here. There's quite a few levels in the Scepter of God, but we made our way through them pretty easily. And I managed to pick up this faster bow with a fairly nice lightning damage roll on it. It's not as nice as it could be, but the faster attack speed is going to help out in this fight, making us a little bit more mobile. I also found this quiver here with 22% cold resist, which is going to be very nice because we're pretty low on resists at the moment, and we're actually going to sort that out in one more way just to go into this fight. I would love to augment this to try and get life as well, but I don't have any augment orbs, and we're pretty currency starved at the moment. Now, as I said, I want to try and do something else to help us along in this fight. I'm 1 point away from Diamond Flesh, 12% all resistances. Having as much resistances as possible for this fight makes it super easier, much easier. This battle, I'd say, because it's not just the fight with Dominus. There's a lot more going on in this next zone, and it tests pretty much everything about your character, your life, your armor, your skills that you've learned, and your resistances especially. Now, we have okay cold and lightning, but pretty low fire. I can switch out a little bit here to balance them out a bit more. So that's the first thing. That balances us out pretty good. But there's something else we can do. Now, since I have an Onyx Amulet, I should now be okay for intelligence, so I think I have way more intelligence than I need. Yeah, I need 41 int there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is refund this intelligence node we took earlier and respec it into this guy. First I have to apply the refund there, and control, and how our resist's looking, 54, 74, 58. Much better. Still a little bit lower than I would like on fire, but that's okay. I think we can make it through just with good play. So, let's go in. This is going to be a bit of a longer fight. It's a very long fight, especially when you're first going through and your damage isn't exceptionally high. You know, we've only got an okay bow and a few other damage mods here and there. But we'll go through the best we can. Now, I do want to remove Pierce, because that has a mana multiplier, and it won't be too helpful in this fight. So I'll just be going with LMP Lightning Arrow, life gain on hit. There's going to be a big heal and make us have a lot more sustain in this fight. And just with Frenzy by itself as well. So I don't think I need anything else on Frenzy at the moment. So, let's do it. Alright, so coming into this fight here, we're going to be first encountering a series of champions, Dominus' champions. So what we want to do is approach from this top right side here. We're going to get close enough to activate the conversation, then we're going to pull all the way back and just try and draw over this guy here, Imperator Stantius Bitterblade. If we fight all of these guys together, this fight gets really hectic really quickly. So fighting these guys separately will make it a lot better. He's got the cool Arctic weapon effect there, as you guys can see. But there we go. So we've activated it. Now we want to move away as much as possible, and just try and aggro that one guy. Hopefully he comes over. I can hear some of them moving. So sometimes they will wander over. Damn, the lightning warp ones might be coming first. See if we can aggro just her then. Okay, we'll deal with the lightning one first, that's good. Oh no, she's desynced. Okay, let's just get our OOS macro happening here. Alright, we've got Bitterblade coming. Hopefully we don't encounter the lightning girl at the same time. We'll kill off this ad first, and what we'll do is just projectile weakness this guys. Now if I can... Fighting this guy on the stairs probably isn't the best solution because he does quite a bit of damage, but he's pretty easy to avoid out in the open. So what we'll do is we'll just do it here. I want to try and make sure my lightning arrows don't go over to the right hand side and hit all of the other champions over there, because if I hit them, it will aggro them. So what I want to do is just stay out of the way of this guy's Cyclone. His ice field is going to slow us down a fair bit. I'll just finish killing off this ad, and then we'll deal with this guy. If I temporal chains him, it's probably going to make it a bit easier as well. So this guy's not too dangerous as long as you stay out of his Cyclone. His Cyclone does do a lot of damage, but it's pretty easy to avoid. So we'll just keep temp chains up on this guy to kill off the ad here. And there we go, now we can just focus on him. In fact, I can probably just use projectile weakness on him now. So as you can see, he's not too hard just to avoid. As a melee character, you kind of want to just engage when he's not cycloning. You'll see he takes a bit of a break every now and then and just does normal attacks. That's when you want to engage as a melee character. But he's not too bad. I seem to be not hitting a lot. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe my accuracy is a bit low, or maybe I'm just desyncing a bit. What's my latency like? Yeah, I'm doing okay. Damn, it looks like what the lightning girl has made her way over as well, the other champion. So, she's a pain, and fighting all of these guys at once is going to be difficult. I would have much preferred to have killed this guy off first, but we'll see how we go. So I'm going to switch to my AoE ability now, and I'm going to try and stay over here still. I'm going to have to just manage her totems, because she puts up these little lightning totems there, and she will quickly summon a lot of them if you don't keep killing them, so we want to use our AoE ability to kill those off. Looks like she's actually ran away, so it looks like we can finish dealing with Imperator before we start fighting her some more. He's stuck. Oh no, he must be desynced. Okay. Man, we're getting really desyncy in this fight today. Okay. So /OOS if weird things are happening, like you're getting hit even though he's not on top of you, things like that. OOS will fix it. And there goes Imperatus, and we get some loots off him, which we can even take. If we find something good here, we can go ahead and use it. I'll just pick up that stuff now. Now, where is the next one? I want to deal with the lightning one next, because the fire one is going to be the hardest for us, I think. So if I can, maybe I can draw over. Well, okay, it looks like we've aggroed the fire one. Well, then at least hopefully we can deal with him by himself. Now, as you can see, he uses a multi-projectile fireball attack that's pretty dangerous. You want to keep your range if possible, or just engage in between those if you can. Or have max fire resist is going to be the easiest way to deal with this. This guy also uses Leap Slam that has a fire trap effect, so it's pretty dangerous. I think I'll temp chains these guys, and then I'll start using my AoE, because that'll heal me as well as kill off the ad at the same time. So our fire resist isn't capped, but it's not too bad for this fight. I think we can manage. Just keep using my healing ability here. You can see how engaging them one by one is going to be a lot easier than engaging all three of these guys at once. And if you hang out over there while the conversation happens, you will engage all of them at once. Oh, there's that big Leap Slam. That does quite a bit of damage and has the ground effect. So you want to make sure, if you do get Leap Slam, just to move straight away so you get out of that ground effect. Now, you can, just by moving side to side, avoid a lot of these fireballs, which I'm not doing the best job of. Okay, there we go. Getting a bit more of a rhythm up now. And there's the Leap Slam, so we just want to move out of that. And here goes Draconarius, I believe is his name. There he goes. He's down to no good drops from these guys. These guys sometimes drop pretty good stuff. Okay, here's Compulsor Octavia Spark Fist. Man, they have epic names. So for dealing with her, you want to just make sure you're always constantly, you're trying to keep damage on her as much as possible, because she does have an energy shield. But mostly you want to be dealing with her totems at the same time as well. So try and use your AoE ability as best you can to take down both her and the totems at the same time. And keep managing those, because they will stack up, and keep dealing that consistent spark damage to you. Now, Spark has recently had its projectile duration sort of lowered, so you can actually avoid a lot of the sparks if you move far enough away to them. Most of them won't hit you. Another trick is to not stand near any walls. If you stand near walls, they'll tend to bounce around and hit you a lot more. So where I actually am now is actually a pretty bad spot to be engaging her, and I need to get rid of these totems. The good thing about using life gain on hit with Lightning Arrow here is the totems actually work to heal me more so than damage me. But this is the final one of these champions. For this particular batch, there's gonna be more, don't you worry. But this is the three that you would have to fight all at once, and pretty nasty to fight all at once. Alright, so she's dropped. What I'm going to do now is take a trip back to town. We do have some flask charges, but I want to refill those up. I also want to take a second to talk about flasks, actually. You'll see here I've got Dispels Burning. That's a good one to have. Dispels Frozen and Chills is very nice as well. There's some cold damage in here. Dispels Shock would be fantastic to have as well. There's quite a few things that could shock you in here. The only one that I don't have that I really want, though, is a Staunching Flask. And I can potentially try and roll one of those, but Staunching removes bleed, and there are a few bleed effects in here. So let's see if we can get one. There's a Panicked Life Flask of Gluttony, and no luck there. Did we get 2 Panicked Life Flasks of Gluttony in one go? Wow, that is insane. Okay, well, that's still okay. That's still helpful, but I would have preferred to get a Staunching Flask. So if you can get a Staunching Flask, that's pretty nice to do. Now, every time you're refreshing in this fight, make sure you have maxed out Portal Scrolls, because running out of Portal Scrolls mid-fight, especially in a longer fight like this, is pretty bad. So you'll notice a new champion is spawned. Now this one deals chaos damage. I actually have some chaos resist, so I'm going to put that on now for this fight. We've dealt with most of the fire now that we're going to have to deal with, so this is pretty good. She does these Viper Strike stacks, so you can just try and move out of that. You'll see the little AoE explosion there that went off. You want to try and stay away from that as well. Otherwise, that EK is pretty hard to avoid, so just try and keep a different distance you can. If you're taking too much chaos damage, then just move back and wait for those to wear off a little bit. Wait for your flasks to do their job. Otherwise, she's not too bad, honestly. The 10% Chaos is going to help a little bit. Oh, we've accidentally aggroed the other champion, so we're going to have to kill both of them now. Pretty hectic. As you can see, a tentacle miscreation. She does a lot of damage. It's fire and physical projectile, so I will put my fire resist ring back on once I finish off this Chaos champion here. And there's actually another champion in this area as well, but we've only got 2 at the moment, so I'm going to stick over this side. I think he spawns after these ones though, so we might be able to do this without aggroing him at all. But lots of incoming damage now, but the fact that there's a lot of different adds and stuff at the same time means I can use my lightning arrow to heal up a bit. Alright, looks like we've taken care of the Chaos one, so I'm going to put my fire resist back on. Whoa! Getting very low there. Alright, let's see if I can... Whoa! My panic flask coming through for me there. Taking a lot of damage. I'm probably going to have to do a trip back to town. So side to side, she attacks super fast though. So try and keep my temp chains up to slow it down a little bit. And I think I'm going to need to do another trip back to town to refresh. So we're going to open up portal. Heal a little bit more from our attacks. And... town. Ooh, got hit on the load screen there a little bit. Pretty nasty. She's pretty nasty. It's a shame I don't have Arctic armor like I do on my EK character here, because this would be trivial otherwise. But I'll just keep going side to side. She actually had one set of her projectiles blocked there. Okay, so we've aggroed the other champion now. Now he's actually not too bad. He just has a slowing aura and does blind you with a smoke cloud effect. But you can kind of just, if you keep moving, you'll stay out of that. So, oh, I should be using temp chains, not projectile weakness. So I'm kind of just going to have to grip my way through this last little section here, try and take the rest of these guys down. Once I take her out, this is going to be much easier. Come on. Temp chains, she just fires so fast. You can see that she has an aura there, and that's actually a speed aura as well, so that makes it... Whoa! Getting low life there. Okay, there we go. There's a... Ooh, yellow decoat bow. That could be good. I'll actually check that out. Because if it's an upgrade, I will upgrade mid-fight if I can. Wow! Double fizz roll. Too bad it's level 38. I can't actually use it yet. What am I, level 37? One level off using it. Okay. So now, where did this final boss... champion go? Here we go. Orcus the Reaver. His main attack is Reave. Pretty easy to avoid. If you don't let him get his stacks up, he won't be able to hit you with it. So we'll just keep our distance there. You'll see he's not really doing much hitting us there. As long as we stay out of the smoke cloud effect, the blind won't affect us either. And blind only affects you if you're an attack-based character, which we are. So we do want to stay out of that smoke cloud there. Now I'm just going to try and kill off as many of these adds as I can before I finish this fight with him. That'll fill up my flasks and also make sure that they're not around when we do the transition. And there goes Orcus. There we go. Did he drop any loot? Nothing good. Maybe a blue grove bow could be good. So now I'm just going to... Whoa! Lightning! As you can see, we now have Dominus fighting. Okay, so, first thing. Red thing above our name means run away. Above ourself means run away. You'll see that these guys have ignited and will explode on you whenever you have that above your head. So that's kind of like a curse. It's like a mark saying, you're about to get exploded. So, again... You can try and deal with the adds if you can, kill them off before they explode on you. Otherwise, you want to use your Quicksilver or just run away as fast as possible. So here's Dominus. You'll notice first up that he has an energy shield, so that means we have to keep sustained damage on him as much as possible. Just there, that is a lightning ground effect. If we stand in that, we have one permanent shock stack while we're in that ground effect. So we want to get off that as quickly as possible because it's going to amplify all damage we take by 30%. As you can see, it's up there. Now, the other thing you'll notice is there's totems there. These are kind of a searing bond totem, but they actually use cold. And they'll slow you down as well as deal damage. The more beams that you're in, the more damage you'll take. So you want to be careful not to get in a bunch of different beams. Now, we've got some adds coming onto us. But since we're very far away from the top where they spawn, it's pretty easy to avoid. Now, you'll notice that lightning attack is pretty easy to avoid just by going kind of around him using your circle strafing techniques. And we want to move out of here. The other thing... I think we've covered most of the attacks. There's one last attack. If he shouts, he's going to do either one thing. He's going to mark you, or he's going to use a lightning explosion AoE attack around him. So when he shouts, you pretty much just want to move away from him. He'll say something like, a touch of God, and then punch the ground. And that's when you want to move away. So you can kill off these totems, and we can even use them to heal our character. We'll just stay out of that lightning area. Now, we're going to try and keep some more sustained damage on him now that I've shown off most of his attacks. And slowly try and work him down. But staying away from the adds makes this fight a lot easier, and just killing off any adds that do happen to wander a bit closer. If we do run out of flask charges while fighting Dominus himself, which isn't too likely with our current setup because we're getting healed from hitting the totems and from hitting him. I think we just managed to dodge that one. we're healing, you know, we're healing off killing his totems, and we're healing off hitting him, so we're probably not going to need to refresh our flasks too much. Oh! I think that one might have just missed me. But you can see the fight's a lot easier if you just hang out down here. And just try and keep your sustained damage on as much as possible. I actually need to move back a bit here. Going to be a bit closer to those ads. Now, there is one trick you can do to avoid a lot of his lightning projectiles there. They're not particularly dangerous, to be honest, if you have a good lightning resist, which, as I said, resists are super important in this. He's desynced, or is he just stuck there? I'm just not hitting him. There's kind of an invisible wall there. Okay, there we go. I'm going to have to stand here and eat this then to try and deal some damage. So this will take a while. He has a lot of life, and we only deal a little bit of damage with our AoE attack. We can use our single target frenzy to buff ourselves up and to give us some more attack speed every now and then. If we attack with that just every now and then, we'll keep up the 3 stacks, and that'll improve our overall attack speed. But you know, it's a slow fight. But just if you keep focused on avoiding the attacks, it's not particularly dangerous this stage as long as you focus on that. Keep things calm and collected, and you'll be okay. And avoid as many of those ads as possible. We're taking a lot of damage at the moment. But there we go. So I'll work him down, and I'll see you guys when we're a little bit closer to finishing him off. Okay, here's that trick I was talking about with the lightning projectiles. If he's on the facing upwards on the ramp here, or on that side of the ramp there, a lot of the projectiles will actually go over your head, and you take much less damage from it. But it's pretty hard to make that work, so doesn't seem very reliable, and positioning him is very difficult because he does his teleport and things like that. But just a little extra side note. You can see there we're a lot protected from a lot of them, and we can always duck behind this wall as well to protect us from them a bit more. Alright, so he's getting down a lot further now. You'll notice a lot of the time what I'm doing to take advantage of my life gain on hit is to position him with his totems within range of my AoE from Lightning Arrow. What that's going to do is allow me to use the totems essentially as healing targets for me. If I'm hitting both him and his totems, most of the time I'm actually healing from my Lightning Arrow, so I'll do that here. This is a really good example just here. I can actually hit him and pretty much all of those totems at once, and he should be about to go down as well. And just, you know, once we're hitting that many of the totems, we can actually pretty much stand there and tank his lightning effect. Now, what we're going to do now is just open up a portal. And we're like, oh, yay, we finished the fight. But all of a sudden, things get terrifying. Oh, what the hell? Ah! Okay, so what we're going to do is, you'll notice his first melee attack there provides two stacks of bleed. That's why we wanted that staunching flask. Now, what I'm actually going to do is head back to town, because my flasks are very low. And then we'll show off a bit more of this second phase of Dominus. Now, we're in Grace Period, and you'll notice there's this Blood Rain. This is the first way to deal with this Blood Rain. Otherwise, we want to get in this big golden circle. As long as we don't move, our Grace Period will last 20 seconds, depending on how long your load screen takes. Alright, bleed is over. Now we want to just focus on dealing him. Now, same thing as I was doing with the totem now, is I'm going to be positioning any ads that spawn with him, so I'm hitting both of them with him for my heal, essentially. That's going to help me heal through the bleeds. It's going to help me heal through most of the damage here. So he does quite a bit of damage. That you'll see he did that sort of charge ground slam attack there, and there's the big fist grab sort of. It's like a cold snap attack, but with a bloody hand. And those will do a fair bit of damage, but you can kind of just kite to stay out. All right, as soon as that blood rain goes off, we want to get in this circle. It feels a bit counterintuitive to to run this close to him. And certainly the first time I did this fight, I learned that this is pretty terrifying. Now, this circle actually protects you from all forms of bleed, even his melee attack that applies bleed stacks. You won't have those applied to you when he hits you while you're inside that circle. So, tanking him in melee while in that circle actually isn't that bad, even if you are very susceptible to the bleed attacks otherwise. You'll notice occasionally he also does the same attack that the ghouls use that spit out a bunch of dead bodies. You just want to keep moving when he does that, because they will hurt a fair bit. So we'll get in melee range here, protected from all bleeds again, positioning his ads on the same side of, so they're on the same side, and we're attacking them all at once, and that's going to help us heal through. And we can use Frenzy when it's just him for single target. You'll notice the portal is just behind him there. That's what the ads actually spawn out of, so you can use that to help you position. And otherwise, if you have a staunching flask, use that whenever you have those bleed stacks applied to you to help keep that up. And oh no, big desync. I must have gotten stuck on him there. But otherwise, you just want to keep moving to avoid the attacks of the ads and to avoid his attacks as much as possible. As long as you're healing up, the bleeds don't last too long. and we can stand here and tank in melee as well. So the good thing about all of these ads constantly spawning is these guys will actually keep your fast charges up. Now these guys eventually stop spawning and you'll stop getting fast charges from them. I'm not sure if that's on a timer or if it's just kind of like halfway through the fight, so I'll keep an eye out for that to let you guys know. But we need to move away so our force stacks go away. We're getting very low there. And we'll keep moving him. Whoa, there we go. Alright, blood rain, get in the circle, get in the circle! So you'll notice my first hardcore death was to that blood rain, and that'll happen to a lot of people that go into this fight without knowing how the fight works. Because your first impulse when you're getting hurt is to run away, and ZiggyD are pretty clever at toying with our feelings and emotions, and they take advantage of that first impulse by saying, no, you actually have to get closer to him if you want to survive this blood rain. And then, of course, if you can't get close to the circle, you can always take a portal back to town and wait a bit and then come through and use the grace period to essentially have immunity during this blood rain period. But the circle method's pretty easy, and you can it's actually a good opportunity while standing in here to get some good sustained damage off on him. Oh, get in the circle! Sometimes it spawns a little bit far away from you and you have to kind of either quicksilver over to it or just run and eat a bit of the damage. You can kind of pot through it for a little while, but it will deal too much damage for you to actually just stand out in the rain. Unless you have insane regen and lots of life fast action happening. But best thing is definitely to get in that circle as quickly as possible. Oh no, blood rain! So sometimes you'll notice if he does a charge attack after he spawns the blood rain, he'll be outside of it and you can kind of have immunity in there without having to be in melee range. But that's just kind of more luck based, I think. Alright, I don't know if the ads have stopped spawning or if there's just not many. But we might have to do a trip back to town to heal up here. I've got one flask charge left. Unless I get some from this guy. Nope. Alright, let's get into melee, see if we can tank through this particular blood rain. And in melee, we've got one flask there. Oh, there's another ad there. Hopefully we'll get some fast charges off this guy. Oh, just a little bit more on the space flask. Space flask. Is there any more ads up here? Doesn't look like it. Oh no, there's one ad up there. Let's aggro him. So yeah, it looks like the ads just stopped spawning. Maybe around half-life. It looks like that's kind of when it started. Or maybe there's just a limited number of them overall. But it's a shame because they're a nice way of getting additional fast charges. So what I'm going to do now that I'm out of fast charges, I'm going to take a trip back to town, and I'm actually going to modify my main attack here to remove lesser multiple projectiles and just keep it as lightning arrow, life gain on hit. In fact, actually, probably frenzy life gain on hit is going to be better for us. We'll attack faster with that. Since there's not really any ads spawning now, we can just try and tank with frenzy, and the life gain on hit will help us sustain that a little bit more. So I might just be able to face tank him a bit more now. Yeah, almost. We're taking a bit too much damage. We can use some of our fast charges there. I think we still have to avoid most of his attacks outside of the blood rain. Whoa! Ah, so that grab one actually pulls you to him. I'd never noticed that before. I just thought I was desyncing every time. So yeah, that kind of cold snap style attack that's actually a blood fist grabbing you actually does grab you and move you to him. So yeah, we want to keep moving and try and avoid that one, man. I just thought I was desyncing. Looks very desyncy. Hey, there's one more ad. Oh, get in the blood rain. We're very far away. Oh, we're getting very close. One flask charge left, but I think we can make it now. There's a few more ads spawning. They just seem to slow down by a lot there. Oh, can we tank through the last bit here? Oh, no! Oh, I like to get things nice and close at the end there. Achievement complete, Hunter. So that's the Dominus fight. Look at all those corpses. How awesome is that fight? It is so terrifying and so mechanically enjoyable. It's just so much going on, but each one of those attacks that he does can be avoided or, or mitigated in some way. You just have to learn the ins and outs of it. Learn the tells, when he shouts out a touch of God, get away from him, get in the circle when the blood rain happens, all that exciting sort of stuff. You'll get better at this fight with a bit of practice, and you'll be able to make through it. Main thing, though, in terms of getting through on normal difficulty, is just making sure your resists are as high as possible, getting your gear sorted, getting some life on your gear, and then playing around with your skills to optimize them for the fight like we did. You'll notice how I changed over to Frenzy with life gain on hit at the end there, and removing things that were not necessary from Lightning Arrow for the fight. It's pretty exciting stuff, and we got a bit of loot as well, actually. Let's get rid of this stuff. We will have accidentally picked up a lot of loot. There's Lady Dial, so we get to talk to her. And, Path of Exile credits, yes. And you can check through these. My name should be in there somewhere, but I haven't seen it yet. But maybe I'll check that out at some point. But to go into the next difficulty, from now, you want to click on the Twilight Strand. And now, we have officially made it into Crawl difficulty in Path of Exile. And you thought there were some pretty hard moments up to here. The Dominus fight was pretty challenging. Scepter of God was challenging. Piety was pretty challenging. But Cruel takes things to the next level, as you'd imagine. And Path of Exile gets more and more interesting from here on out. So anyway, that's it for this episode. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.